السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back to my channel QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel in English. We still in the chapter of Mudood, but today inshallah we'll go in advanced lesson which is قاعدة أقوى السببين. We can do it inshallah together. So قاعدة أقوى السببين, والحمدلله we finish all kind of Mudood, the natural Medd and what's follows the natural Medd, and we finish the secondary Medd and what's under the secondary Medd for the reason of Al-Hamza or the reason of Sukoon. We finish everything about it in our last classes. If you wanna find it, you can go for other classes inshallah. You will find the names of it. You can watch what you want in it. Right now inshallah we will go through قاعدة أقوى السببين, and قاعدة أقوى السببين is inshallah very easy but need a little bit focusing during the class. I will make it easy for you as much as I can inshallah. You will get it, you will understand it, you can follow it. There is very important introducing I will tell you about قاعدة أقوى السببين. By this introducing or by this point I will say at the beginning, you can answer any question in قاعدة أقوى السببين with very easy way. قاعدة أقوى السببين, again, it's not a hard قاعدة, it's not a hard rule, but just need a little bit focus, especially in the مقدمة, in the introducing here. Let's go and see the point under قاعدة أقوى السببين to understand it and to make it inshallah for you easy. We have three kind of مد: المد اللازم, المد الواجب, المد الجائز. المد اللازم, it is the mud that the reader have agreed on stretching it and its timing. But what I mean by that, if you remember المد اللازم, when we talked about it before, we said المد اللازم, it's 6 beats for all the readers. 6 beats is the strongest or the longest stretching in the Mudood. And all the readers agree it's 6 beats and all the readers stretch it 6 beats. Second one here is al-Madd al-Wajib. The second kind is al-Wajib. It is the Madd that the readers have agreed on stretching but not its timing. How many beats? All the readers agree in al-Madd al-Wajib. It should to be more than natural Madd. But they all not agree how many beats they will stretch it. Some of them stretch 4 or 5, like Hafs way, the one we study. Some of them stretch it 6 beats, for example, like Hamza and Warsh. And we have only one kind under al-Madd al-Wajib, which is al-Madd al-Wajib al-Muttasil, in one word. Third kind of al-Madd al-Jaiz. What's al-Madd al-Jaiz mean? It is the Madd that the reader have not agreed on stretched and its timing. This is mean what? This is mean some reader read it with 2 beats only as a qasr, as natural Madd, and some readers stretch it more than 2 beats. In this case, it's jaiz, it might be. So, examples for this, al-Madd al-Munfasil, some reader read it 2 beats, in Hafs way we read it 4 or 5. Al-Madd al-Arad lil-Sukoon, we read it 2, 4 or 6 beats. So that's mean 2, one of the options. So this is mean it's a jaiz. Madd al-Sila al-Kubra, it's 4 or 5 in Hafs way, but in other ways they read it 2 beats. So this is Madd al-Sila al-Kubra. It has 2 beats too in some readers, so that's why it's a jaiz. Madd al-Lin, we read it 2, 4 or 6 beats, so we have 2 on it, that means it's still jaiz. So if I have 2 beats, one of the options to stretch this Madd I will call it jaiz. And I'm talking right now about all readers, not just about Hafs way. If 2 or more reasons combine in the same Madd letter, it is only the stronger one that will be working and the weaker will be denied. What I mean by that? If, for example, I have Madd letter here, Alif. Let's use a little bit thicker pen. if I have alif here and I have hamza before it. Example, this is just example. I have hamza before it. Then what's the mad here is, it's a mad badal, right? طيب. If I have this mad letter has in the same word hamza after again. So what kind of mad here? مد واجب متصل, right? طيب. Which one I will stretch with? بدل is 2 beats, متصل is 4 or 5 beats and half sway. Which one I will stretch with? I will stretch this مد letter 2 beats or 4 beats or 5 beats. Which one? This is what we meant by قاعدة أقوى السببين. So what we see here, it say if 2 or more reasons combine in one mad letter, it is only the stronger one it will work and the weaker will be denied. How can I know which one is strong, which one is weaker? We will know in the next slide, but let's continue reading here. If they are equal in strength, so that means there is some mad sometimes equal in the strength, they work together. They will work together. So let's go for the next slide and see how can I know which one is strong, which one is weak. شيخ إبراهيم علي شحات السمنودي رحمة الله تعالى عليه, may Allah forgive him يا رب. He put for us 2 lines. It tells us which one of the Mudood is stronger and which one is the weaker. These 2 lines you should to memorize. If you memorize it, you can answer any question in قاعدة أقوى السببين. What's these 2 lines said? أقوى المدود لازم. The strongest مد is اللازم. فما اتصل, then number 2 is المتصل. فعارض, number 3 is العارض للسكون. فذو انفصال, المد الجائز المنفصل number 4. فبدل, بدل is number 5. That means the strongest one is اللازم and the weakest one is البدل. وسبب مد إذا ما وجد, if we have 2 reasons combined in one مد letter, فإن أقوى السببين انفردا. The strongest one it will affect and the other one it will not affect at all and we cancel it. Let's go more in some notes and after that we will understand all this more in the examples inshallah. We have note number 1 here. The readers who extend المد العارض للسكون, remember what's المد العارض للسكون? When I say word الرحيمي, for example, it's end with كسرة, but when I stop on it, I will stop with سكون. This is سكون is عارضة. It's مد عارض للسكون. Now I have مد عارض what? للسكون. What's in المد العارض للسكون? The reader who extend المد العارض للسكون by 2 beats. They say الرحيم. Stop الرحيم. They didn't consider the سكون at all. They come and they said, this سكون is not part from the word from the beginning. In this case, I will not look for it and I will keep stretch it as 2 beats, like when I connect. الرحيم, الرحيم. I will not stretch anything more. The readers who stretch it 4 beats, they consider the سكون but partially. They said, okay, this سكون right now it happened, but it's not part in the word. So it's there, but it's not part from the word from the beginning. So I will not stretch it like natural mud, like when I connect. At the same time, I will not stretch it more than 4 beats. I will stretch it just 4 beats. The readers who stretch 6 beats, they looked for the سكون completely. So they said, okay, this سكون is happened, so it's part from the word right now. We will stretch it as المد اللازم. مد اللازم when I have مد letter followed by سكون. So they said we will stretch it as المد اللازم 6 beats. So in this case they load this kind of مد on المد اللازم. What we explain right now, this is the scholars trying to explain for us what come by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But how we read 2 or 4 or 6 beats, it's riwayah. It's come by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we should to follow. But scholars try to explain for us to understand why this has happened, trying to figure out why this happened. Okay? But in the end, it's riwayah. Note number 2 here. The readers who extend المد المنفصل. To remind you with المد المنفصل. If I have word like word جاءوا, this is مد letter, this واو. أباهم in the next word. جاءوا أباهم. What I have in the next word here, Hamza in the beginning of the next word, right? This Hamza. Then I have مد letter in the first word, in the end of the first word, followed by Hamza in the next word. This is مد منفصل, right? So the readers who stretch it 2 beats, they didn't consider the Hamza at all on the next word. They said, this Hamza I will not count it because it's in the second word. It will not affect. It's not my point. So I will still not stretch this waw. I will read it as natural mad. جاءوا. That's it. So the readers, they make it less than المتصل. They make it less than المتصل. Why المتصل? Because we said the المتصل is when I have the Hamza followed the mad letter but in the same word. The one they read it less than المتصل, they consider the Hamza but partially. They said, okay, I will count this Hamza, but this Hamza is still not in the same word. So I will count it but partially. I will stretch it, but not like المتصل. I will not make it go till it's in like word. Till like it's in the same word. يعني المتصل, again, if I take example, like example ماء. This Hamza, it's part from the word. This is المتصل, but this is المنفصل. So the one he read it less than المتصل, he said, this is Hamza. I see, but it's in the second word. So I will count it, but I will count it partially. I will not count it like المتصل when it's in the same word. Last point here, the one who read it like المتصل, يعني, so for example, حفص way, the one we use. We said if we read المتصل 4 beats, we will read المنفصل 4. If we read المتصل 5, we will read المنفصل 5. So the one who counted the same like المتصل exactly, they said this Hamza, it will affect anyway, and it's not my problem if it's in 2 words or if it's in 1 word. When I connect, it's like 1 word in the end. I will read it same way like المتصل. And they load it in المد المتصل. Let's read this note very quickly again so you will understand it. The readers who extend المد المنفصل by 2 beats, they didn't consider the Hamza at all on the next word. The readers, they read it less than المتصل, they consider the Hamza but partially. The reader who extend المتصل like المنفصل or المنفصل like المتصل here, they looked for the Hamza completely and load it on المد المتصل. Inshallah, this is clear. These rules of قاعدة أقوى السببين, it's a little bit with details, but inshallah you will understand everything and it will be clear for you. If you didn't get it, repeat the video several times, you will get it inshallah. Let's go for the next slide here, which is the examples for قاعدة أقوى السببين to understand قاعدة أقوى السببين more. Remember, the important thing you should to put in your mind أقوى المدود لازم فما اتصل فعارض فذو انفصال فبدل. Remember this line very clear on your mind. Total in قاعدة أقوى السببين we have 6 cases only. The cases it's come in the Quran for قاعدة أقوى السببين. First case of it is مد البدل with المد اللازم. Logic, without I think, without I see any example. If I have مد لازم and مد بدل in the same word, we said أقوى المدود لازم, then the strongest one is اللازم, and I go through the other kind of مدود till I say last one is البدل. So that's mean اللازم is more stronger than البدل. So I can guess right away the one it will affect اللازم. Let's see the example here and make it more clear. We have few words here as an example for المد اللازم with مد البدل together. Let's see where is the مد البدل and where is المد اللازم here. I have همزة here followed by مد letter. Then this is مد what? بدل. And I have همزة here followed by مد letter. This is the مد بدل in this word. I have همزة here followed by مد letter. Then this is the مد بدل in this word. همزة followed by مد letter. This is مد بدل in this word. Let's find المد اللازم in these words too. We said المد اللازم, it's a مد letter followed by سكون. This سكون, it might be شدة or it might be just سكون, because we said شدة, it's 2 letters. First of them is ساكن. So if I look here, I will find the مد letter followed by شدة. That's mean مد letter followed by سكون. This is my مد لازم here. مد letter followed by شدة. This is my مد لازم here. مد letter followed by سكون. This is my مد لازم here. مد letter followed by سكون. Then this is what? My مد بدل, مد لازم here. So in each word of these, we have مد بدل and مد لازم. 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 Which one it will affect and which one it will not affect? I will take for you here 2 examples. This word آمين and word الآن, and we work on it as a mathematic question. You can go and try in the other 2 words and check if you can do it. Okay? Are you good in the math? Even if you are not good in the math, we will make قاعدة أقوى السببين إن شاء الله, and we will study it with an easy way and good way. Let's go and see example آمين and see how can we answer it under قاعدة أقوى السببين. We said the first kind of مد here, همزة followed by مد letter, then it's مد بدل, and we used to stretch it 2 beats. مد letter here followed by شدة, this is مد لازم, and all the readers stretch it 6 beats. I have مد لازم 6 beats and the مد بدل 2 beats. Guess which one it will affect? Good job. المد اللازم it will affect, and the مد البدل we will cancel it. This is will have sad face and this is will have happy face. So when I stretch this مد letter, I will not stretch it 2 beats. 2 beats it's cancelled. I will stretch it how many beats? 6 beats. Because this is the strongest one. And we said if we have 2 مد, 2 reasons combined in one مد letter, the strongest one it will affect, and the weaker one we will not use it, we cancel it. So how can I read word آمين? I will read it with 6 beat as a مد لازم. آمين. Okay. Next example here for us, word الآن. I have همزة here followed by مد letter, then this is مد بدل 2 beats. And I have مد letter here followed by لام ساكنة then I have مد لازم 6 beats. مد لازم كلامي مخفف 6 beats. 6 beats is stronger or 2 beats is stronger. اللازم is the stronger one or البدل is the stronger one. أقوى المدود لازم فما اتصل فعارض فذو انفصال فبدل. So اللازم is strongest one and البدل is the weaker one. So which one it will affect in this word? I will cancel البدل and I will use اللازم. In this case, how many beats I will stretch this ألف? I will stretch it as مد لازم 6 beats and I will cancel البدل. So how can I read it? الآن. I will not read it anymore. 2 beats here. Inshallah, these examples, it's clear for you. By time قاعدة أقوى السببين, it will be more clear for you and more. If we have مد بدل with مد متصل in one word, in this case, which one it will beat? Let's see together example and let's see how can we do it. If I look here, I have Hamza followed by مد letter. This is what kind of مد? مد بدل. Good job. And we stretch it how many beats? 2 beats. Then in the same word, I have مد letter. It's followed by Hamza in the same word. What kind of مد here? واجب متصل. How many? 4 or 5 beats on حفص way. So which one it will affect and which one it will not affect? How much I will stretch this مد letter in my reading? I will look in 2 signs to let me know. Number 1, 2 is more or 5 or 4 is more? 5 or 4. But this is not my only sign. My important sign, the 2 lines we talked before in the last class, it said أقوى المدود لازم فما اتصل فعارض فذو انفصال فبدل. Remember this line, it's organized for us which مد is the strongest and which مد is the weakest and what's in between. So this line say أقوى المدود لازم فما اتصل. That means المتصل is number 2 in the stronger. فعارض فذو انفصال فبدل. So بدل is the weaker one. So that means this بدل I will not use it. I will cancel it. And المد المتصل I will use it. So this مد I will stretch it 4 or 5 beats. And when I ask you why you stretch this is 4 or 5 beats, you will tell me because this is مد متصل. What about بدل? I will cancel it. It will not affect because it's weaker than المتصل. This is the second case in قاعدة أقوى السببين. Let's see the third case here, which is if I have, what kind of مد here? Guess. Where is the مد letter? I have مد letter here and the Hamza after. Okay. Do I have any reason for it? No. Then this is not my point. I have to find the مد letter has 2 reasons. طيب. Then I have this واو. It's a مد letter. What's before it? Hamza. Then what kind of مد? Hamza followed by مد letter. It's بدل. And what about if I have مد letter followed by Hamza in the next word? This is what? مد جائز منفصل. Let's see. If I have مد بدل with مد جائز منفصل in the same word, مد البدل, how many beats? This is مد البدل, how many beats? Let's go for the word and see. مد البدل, how many beats? 2 beats. المد الجائز المنفصل, how many beats in حفص way? 4 or 5 beats. And it's 2 in other readers. So if I'm talking just about حفص way, I will say 4 or 5. But قاعدة أقوى السببين, we talk about all the readers at the same time. So we have some readers stretch just 2 beats. That's why it's جائز, remember. So how can I answer here the question of it? I will show you a very simple and easy way to answer if I stretch it as a بدل or if I stretch it as a مد منفصل. I have بدل 2 beats and I have المنفصل 2 or 4 or 5. Half sway just 4 or 5. So I will take these two to answer the question here. I will take these two and go with the first two. Let's see. 2 with 2. Which one it will beat? 2 or 2? The equal. Then I will have 2 here. I will put these two first. Then I will take these two and I go for the next number here. 2 with 4. 2 with 4. Which one is the stronger? 4 or 2? 4. Then I will put 4 here. Then I have 2 with 5. Which one is the stronger? 2 or 5? 5. So I will put 5 here. That means I can stretch this word with 2, 4, or 5 beats. But if I ask you why you stretch it 2 beats, you will tell me what? مد has 2 reasons, بدل and منفصل. I stretch it 2 because this is مد بدل and مد منفصل at the same time. But if I ask you why you stretch it 4 beats, you will tell me because it's what? مد منفصل. If I ask you why 5 beats, you will tell me because this is مد منفصل. We said in the beginning, in the first class last time, we have organized for the, or we have strongest med and the weakest med, and there is Mudood in between. But if we have equal strength in 2 med, both of them is affected. This is what happened here. We have البدل 2 beats and we have المنفصل 2 beats. So both of them will affect. If I ask you why you stretch 2 beats, you will tell me because this is مد بدل and مد منفصل. But this is not in the half sway. Remember, half sway, it will be 4 or 5 beats only as a مد منفصل. So what I wrote here for you, 2 beats, مد له سببان. مد with 2 reasons. 4 as a منفصل, 5 as a منفصل. We have examples as a words here for it. Let's guess what we have here. What 2 kind of مد do we have here? We have ألف مد here and it's followed by همزة. This is what kind of مد in the same word? مد واجب متصل. But there is no همزة before to say there is another kind of مد. And there is no سكون after to say there is another kind of مد. Then how you say it's under قاعدة أقوى السببين? If I stop, what will happen for this كسرة? It will turn to سكون. That's true. Then I have what kind of مد here? مد عارض للسكون. So that means I will compare between المد العارض للسكون when I stop in this word and المد المتصل in the same word. I have المد العارض للسكون here and المد المتصل in the same word. We have 3 examples here in front of us. These 3 examples, I will take 2 of them and I will work on them. Third one is for you to try on it and see if you can answer it, inshallah. Let's go and see the first example we have here, which is word السوء. Let's see how many beats we will stretch this مد letter under قاعدة أقوى السببين. السوء, if I connect, I will have just مد متصل, 4 or 5 beats in half sway. But if I stop, I will have سكون. It will happen here because I stop. I will have another kind of مد, which is مد عارض للسكون. So in المد الواجب المتصل we stretch it 4 or 5 beats in حفص way. المد العارض للسكون we stretch it 2 or 4 or 6 beats in حفص way. That's true. That's true. Then let's see here. My way to answer this question in قاعدة أقوى السببين and to know how many beats I should to stretch, I take the first number here and I go with these 3 numbers and compare. And then when I finish, I take the second number here and I go with the same 3 numbers and compare between this number and these 3. Then I will take 4 with these 3 numbers first, and then I will take 5 with these 3 numbers second, and see the answer. So number 1, I will take 4 with 2. Which one it will be? 4 or 2? 4. Then I will take this 4 with 4. Which one it will be? Be equal. 4. Then I will take 4 with 6. Which one it will be? 6. Now I'm done with the first side here. Let's write my answers here to see the rest. So I got 4 one time. 2 times. I will write it 1 time. I don't have to write it twice. And I got 6. This is my 2 answers for the first part. Now I will take these 5 and go with these 3 and see which one it will be and find the answer from it. So let's go together. 5 with 2. 5 it will beat. 5 with 4. 5 it will beat again. 5 with 6. Which one it will beat? 6. Good job. So my answer from this side, it's 2 times 5 and 1 times 6. So my answer is 5 and 6. 5 and I have 6 already here. I will not write it one more time. So my total answer, it's 4, 5 or 6 beats. Then I have option to stretch this mad letter 4 or 5 or 6 beats when I stop in this word. Let's see here. If I ask you why you stretch this 4, you will tell me because I have mad with 2 reasons. This 4, it's in المتصل and it's in العارض. So it's mad with 2 reasons, متصل and عارض. If I ask you why you stretch it 5 beats, you will tell me because it's متصل. If I ask you in حفص way why you stretch it 6 beats, you will tell me because this is مد عارض للسكون. I don't have 6 here. But in other ways, not in حفص way, like Hamza, for example, and Warsh, I guess, both of them, they stretch المتصل 6 beats. So if you see in some books, this is مد with 2 reasons, 6 is مد for 2 reasons. Remember, there is other reader read it with 6 beat المتصل. But in حفص way, it's just 4 or 5 beats. So in حفص way, I will answer 6 beat for مد عارض only. Let's see this note here. 4 beats مد with 2 reasons. 5 beats is مد متصل. 6 beats مد with 2 reasons. Where these 6 beats is مد with 2 reasons? When I read with other ways, not it's in حفص way. حفص way, it's just مد عارض للسكون in 6 beats. This is inshallah clear for you. Let's go for the next example and make it more clear for you. I have here word السمائي. If I stop on it, I will turn this كسرة to سكون. السماء, right? So how many beats I will stretch it? I have number 1, مد واجب متصل. مد letter followed by همزة in the same word, then it's مد واجب متصل. In حفص way, we stretch it 4 or 5 beats. Other readers stretch it 6 beats too. But in حفص way, our way, we stretch it 4 or 5 beats. And where is the مد عارض للسكون? This مد letter followed by سكون happen because what? Because I stop on it. So المد العارض للسكون it's 2, 4 or 6 beats in حفص way. So which one is the stronger than the other in this case? And how many beats I can stretch this مد letter in my reading? I will take these 4 and go compare it with these 3 numbers here. And then I will get these 5 and compare it with these 3 numbers here to find the answer. Remember, if I got answer 6, that's mean العارض is stronger than المتصل. But in the line I give to you to memorize, المتصل is the strongest. Then how you say العارض is the stronger here and its effect? Because العارض, if it's 6, they load it in اللازم. And اللازم is stronger than المتصل. أقوى المدود لازم فما اتصل. Then I count العارض here if it's 6 beats as a لازم. Okay? Not as a عارض anymore. I'm still call it عارض, but I count it in the strength of it by لازم. So let's see here 4 with 2, number 1. Which one it will be? 4. Let's write one by one here to make it more clear and easy. Number 1, 4. I will take these 4 again with 4. Which one it will be? They equal 4. Another 4 here. Let's take these 4 third time with last number here, which is 6. Which one it will be? 6. So let's write the 6 here. Now I will go for the next number here, which is 5. I will take it with 2, and then I will take it with 4, and then I will take it with 6. Let's see together. 5 with 2. Which one it will be? 5. 5 with 4. Which one it will be? 5. Then 5 with 6. Which one it will be? 6. So my total answer here is 4, 5, and 6. So how many beats I can stretch this مد when I stop in this word? 4 beats or 5 beats or 6 beats, all of them is right in حفص way. So my answer is 4, 5, or 6. 4, 5, or 6. Again, this is in what? In حفص way. Remember, other reader read this المتصل 6 beats. So in this case, when I ask you why you stretch 4 beats, you will tell me because this is مد with 2 reasons, عارض and متصل. 4 is here and 4 is here. If I ask you why you stretch it 5 beats, you will tell me because this is مد متصل. So only in المتصل. If I ask you why you stretch it 6 beats, you will tell me in حفص way because this is مد عارض للسكون. In other ways, its مد has 2 reasons. Why? Because other ways they read, other readers, they read it 6 beats too here. Okay? So let's see our note here. 4, because this is مد has 2 reasons. 5, because it's a متصل. 6, because this is مد with 2 reasons in other readers. 6 is مد عارض للسكون in حفص way. Okay? Any question about this, you can write in the comments. Inshallah, it's clear for you. And let's go for our next case in قاعدة أقوى السببين. Remember, before we go to this case, we have 3 words under المتصل and العارض. One of them for you to answer it and see if you can do it. Okay, So if I have عارض and متصل, my answer in the end it's 4 or 5 or 6 beats. Let's see how strong is still in the math, and let's go for the next case here, which is our 5th case in our قاعدة أقوى السببين. If I look here, I see مد letter and there is همزة before and همزة after. So I can tell right away I have مد بدل here, همزة followed by مد letter. And I have مد letter followed by همزة, then this is مد واجب متصل because it's in one word. So I find the two kind of مد in this question right now. What's the third مد? I put for you plus, plus. That means there is one here, and one here. 3 kind of مد. I got 1, which is بدل. I got 2, which is واجب متصل. What's the third one? Good job. عارض للسكون. If I stop in this همزة, I will stop with سكون. Then I will have عارض للسكون. So I have in this word العارض with المتصل with البدل. Which one it will beat? I can guess right away البدل it will not work at all. Why? Because we took in the first example بدل with متصل and we cancel البدل. We said why? Because المتصل no reader, no one of the readers read it less than 2 beats. Read it, 2 beats. So البدل is 2 beats. That means I never can read المتصل, this مد letter 2 beats. Because no reader read it like that. That means this بدل it will be cancelled before I go through anything. Let's go and see. I will have here مد بدل 2 beats. And I will have مد متصل 4 or 5 beats in halfway. And I have مد عارض للسكون if I stop in this word 2 or 4 or 6 beats in halfway. مد البدل it will not affect at all. Why? Because it's 2 beats and المد المتصل it's stronger than البدل and no one from the readers read it 2 beats. So I can't read it 2 beats anyway. That's mean البدل is cancelled out. Now I have المتصل and العارض. We will follow the same way we used. We'll take these 4 and go with these 3 numbers and compare. And then we'll take these 5 and go with these 3 numbers and compare. Let's see which one it will beat. This is 4 with 2. Which one? 4 or 2? 4. 4 with 4. Which one? 4. 4 with 6. Which one? 6. So my first answer for this side is 4 and 6. Let me make this one more thicker. 4 and 6. This is my first answer. طيب. Let's take 5 now and go for 3 numbers and compare. 5 with 2, 5 it will beat. 5 with 4, 5 it will complete. 5 with 6, 6 it will beat. So in this side I have 5 and 6. 5 my answer is 5 and 6. So my total answer is 4, 5 and 6, right? So this is exactly like the example before because I cancelled the بدل. So I have now 4, 5 or 6 beats. I can stretch this mid letter if I stop in this word. If I ask you why you stretch this mid letter 4 beats, you will tell me because this is mid has 2 reasons, متصل and عارض. If I ask you why you stretch it 5 beats, you will tell me because this is مد what? متصل. If I ask you why you stretch this is 6 beats, you will tell me because this is مد عارض للسكون. Let's see the note here. 4 beats because the مد with 2 reasons. 5 beat because it's متصل. 6 beat in حفص way because it's عارض. In other readers it's مد with 2 reasons because one of the options here is 6. Okay? Inshallah, this is easy for you. This is very fun. I feel it's very fun and it's easy. And it will make you make a little bit mathematics, but you will like it and you will happy about it, inshallah. So I think by these examples, you can tell why we study قاعدة أقوى السببين and why we should to know about it, to know how can we stop in words or to know how can we connect, depends in the 2 kind or 3 kind of mad combined in the same mad letter. 6 case in قاعدة أقوى السببين. Let's guess what kind of مدود we will have here together in this word. If I look here, I will find the hamza before the mad letter. That means this is مد بدل. But I don't have any hamza or any sukoon after. Except if I stop in this noon, it will turn from dhamma to sukoon. That means the 2 kind of mad I have here is بدل and عارض للسكون. العارض with البدل. Which one you guess it will be? Without I go in any thing. Let's see together. I have mad letter here, has hamza before and noon sakina when I stop after. Then I have badal and عارض للسكون. What about this mad letter and that mad letter? Can I compare them together? No, I can't. Why? Because the letter in between is hamza, not a mad letter. I compare when I have mad letter has 2 reasons, not hamza has 2 reasons. Be careful about that. It's confused a lot of people. Okay? So then my letter, I'm working with this letter, not that one. Okay? As a قاعدة أقوى السببين. If I look here, I will find a mad letter has hamza before, which is badal, and the sukoon when I stop, which is عارض للسكون. If I connect, I will not have anything about قاعدة أقوى السببين, and I will stretch it as a natural مد طبيعي. Okay? Let's go and see our example here. Remember, this is 3 examples. I will work on one, and I will leave for you 2 to try yourself on it. I have sukoon here عارضة when I stop, and I have mad letter. This mad letter has hamza before, that means it's badal 2 beats. And I have sukoon when I stop, that means عارض للسكون. I used to stretch it 2 or 4 or 6 beats. If I take 2 with 2, same way we used, I will take 2 out as an answer. 2 with 4, I will take 4 out as an answer. 2 with 6, 6 is stronger, so I will take 6 out as an answer. In this case, my answer, it will be 2, 4, or 6 beats. If I ask you why 2 beats, why you stretch it 2 beats only, you will tell me because this is mad has 2 reasons, which is badal and عارض. If I ask you why you stretch it 4 beats, you will tell me because this is عارض. If I ask you why you stretch it 6 beats, you will tell me because this is still what? عارض. So I use the same way I used from the beginning, which is I take the number here and I go with each number there and I compare which one is stronger and I find my answer for it. By this example or by this case, our قاعدة أقوى السببين, it's done completely, walhamdulillah. We'll go right now through the Mudood very quickly and see how many beats when I connect or stop in each kind of mad, and we will review our kind of Mudood very quickly again. We said under Mudood we have 2 big categories, which is المد الأصلي الطبيعي, the natural lengthening mad, the natural lengthening. And how many beats we stretch it? 2 beats when we connect or when we stop, except if we have exception, but total it's 2 beats, stop or connect. Second category here, which is al-Madd al-Far'i, secondary Madd. We have 2 reasons for it. It might be al-Hamza or it might be Sukoon. Let's go for this side again and continue. ملحقات المد الطبيعي, what follows natural Madd? We said we have مد الصلة الصغرى. It's 2 beats when I connect, but when I stop in هاء ساكنة. Second kind of مد under ملحقات المد الطبيعي, مد العوض. It's 2 beats when I stop. Opposite way of مد الصلة الصغرى. When I stop, but when I connect, I follow the نون and تنوين rules. Third kind is المد الطبيعي الحرفي, natural مد in a letter. That's mean natural مد, that's mean I'm talking about الحروف المقطعة that I stretch it 2 beats only. This is the first side here. المد الفرعي, we said we have 2 reasons for it. It might be الهمزة or it might be السكون. I will take this مد فرعي and I will put it in a new page to make it more clear with the details for you. المد الفرعي, we have reason for it الهمزة or we have reason for it السكون. For الهمزة, we have 4 kind under it. For السكون, we have 3 kind under it. For الهمزة, we have the exchange مد, مد البدل. It's 2 beats. We have المد الواجب المتصل, the required attached مد. It's 4 or 5 beats in حفص way. We have الجائز المنفصل, the separate allowed مد. It's 4 or 5 beats in حفص way too. And we said in حفص way, if I stretch المتصل 4, I will stretch الجائز 4. If I stretch المتصل 5, I will stretch المنفصل or الجائز 5. Our next مد here is the greater connecting مد, مد الصلة الكبرى. We stretch it 4 or 5 beats when I connect only. But if I stop in هاء ساكنة. Reason of مد is السكون. Our first kind is المد العارض للسكون. مد happen because سكون. This سكون, it's not part from the word, it just happened because I stop. And we said we stretch it in حفص way 2 or 4 or 6 beats when I stop only, we said. Second kind of مد here under reason of السكون is مد اللين, which is I stretch it 2 or 4 or 6 when I stop. But when I connect, I don't have مد, I have letter لين, and it's مدا ما دون الطبيعي. It's kind of مد, but it's less than natural مد. خو, if you remember. Now, this is only the length of it if I connect, but if I stop, I stretch it 2 or 4 or 6 beats. And if I have in my reading مد لين and مد عارض, I should to stretch اللين less or equal العارض. المد اللازم, it's 6 beats in all the readers. Let's go right now here for المد in the جزرية, chapter of Mudood in الجزرية, and explain it very quickly. Ibn al-Jazari said in these 4 lines everything about Mudood. He tell us, number 1, والمد لازم وواجب أتى. So we have لازم, واجب, and جائز. When we explained in the first lesson in قاعدة أقوى السببين, we said we have لازم and واجب and جائز. والمد لازم وواجب أتى. Come. وجائز. So we have لازم, واجب, and جائز. وهو وقصر ثبتا. And we have to قصر means natural مد. ثبتا means we find it in the Quran. فلازم, when it's لازم, he will explain for me the لازم now, the لازم kind. إن جاء بعد حرف مد. So if I have, what happened بعد حرف المد? ساكن. If I have سكون after حرف المد. حالين means in the both cases, مخفف or مثقل. In كلمي or in حرفي. وبالطول يمد. We said the longest length we call الطول or الإشباع. he tell you stretch it 6 beats as بالطول يمد means stretch it 6 beats. وواجب, now he explained the second kind which is الواجب. وواجب إن جاء قبل همزتي. So if I have the mad letter come before the hamza when متصلا means in one word. إن جمع بكلمتي, if it's come the mad letter and the hamza in the same word, this is واجب. So he's talking here about الواجب المتصل. وجائز when it's جائز إذا أتى منفصلا, if it comes separate. hamza in the second word and alif or واو or ياء the mad letter in the first word. أو عارض السكون, the second kind of جائز here is عارض للسكون, because some readers we said stretch just 2 beats, so it's جائز. وقفا مسجلا, this سكون it happened because I stopped. So in الجزرية, ابن الجزري رحمة الله عليه, he explained for us the all kind of مدود, and then he explained each kind of mad separately here. By this, our lesson for today is done. We explain every single thing, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, about the Mudood with academic way plus the Jazariya, and we done with everything about Mudood, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan to watch my QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel in English. Follow me, you will know more about a new chapters in Tajweed Rules. Jazakumullahu khairan. Salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.